Hey everyone, Phi Farley here. It is December 14th. Got a best bet for you in college basketball on a short slate of games today, but there's a couple to pick out that we'll be able to make a couple plays on, including this best bet video here that I am going to get right to as quickly as possible. Coming off a good day yesterday, two best bets winning. NFL, nice 4-2 day. Really close to being a 6-0 day. Had two teams with 10-point deficits down the stretch. One decides to go for a field goal, in which I needed the over. That was the Lions-Packers. Ends up a half a point under the total. And then the Saints, who was it? The Eagles game. They decided to go for the touchdown. So that put them over instead of going for the field goal, which would have put them under. So the only two games I lost was that exact same situation. Both teams going for the opposite of what I would have thought in a low-scoring Saints-Eagles game and a high-scoring Packers-Lions game. So ended up coming up on the wrong side of both of those. But 4-2 overall. Also winning day college basketball yesterday. Both daily best bets winning. Bills winning last night. And what do we have? An over yesterday in Winthrop game. So nice win there. Looking forward to stacking together another winning day here today. All right. Now let's get right to the best bet. All these plays are posted on patreon.com/PhiFarley. You can check that out. It's in the description. And you get my plays each and every day over there. All right. Rutgers going to Maryland. Got to pick out a top 25 game and a couple other games that are going on today. Not a whole lot of high watchability. You got Creighton Marquette would be the other big game to tune into. Was looking into another, and I'll have those plays posted, like I said, over on Patreon. But let's talk about this Rutgers-Maryland game. So you got Rutgers. Both these teams are very evenly set. If we look at KenPom, Maryland's got the number 18 offense in the league, number 58 defense. They run a little slower tempo. You kind of got an opposite feel with the Rutgers, where they're more defensive team, number 13 overall in defense, and a 55 ranked offense. So these teams really offset. When it comes to what their efficiency margin is, got an 18.98 for Rutgers. Meanwhile, Maryland's at 17.12. So we're looking at about a 1.5 point difference between the two teams. Maryland's going to be at home, so add them 4. You should be at about a 2.5 for Maryland. That's what we're at here today. So the line open up 1.5 is up to 2.5 for Maryland. It's justified. But let's talk a little bit more about the dynamic that we have coming into this one. Maryland is at home, which this year home doesn't mean a ton other than you sleep in your own bed as you go into this game. But it does mean a lot in the Big Ten, and it always has. Look at Maryland last year, a team that went 24-7, but at home they were 9-2 in conference. Didn't have another conference loss outside of that, but in conference, 9-2 at home, including top 25 win over Ohio State, top 25 win over Iowa. Those were the only ones they played at home. So both times getting a top 25 team, they were able to beat them. Here we get a top 25 team in the Scarlet Knights coming into town. Team that just came off a high, beating Syracuse 79-69. A very, very good win. Biggest win of the year so far for them. And if you look at Maryland, they're coming off a loss to Clemson, a team that could potentially beat, didn't get it done, lost 67-51, in a very good defensive game by Clemson, which is what they're good at. And now they get to come home and get right back on the saddle and beat a conference opponent. So I think the motivation, I think the schedule, I think it all matches up for Maryland here to get the job done, get a top 25 win at home, get back on the right track, and in a game that's really evenly matched. And not to mention Terrapin's got to sleep in their own bed. So I'm going to take Maryland as the best bet to get the job done. Basically have to win the game, -2.5 at home. And 9-2 last year at home in conference games. Here we got a circled one against a top 25 game. Their next opponent is LaSalle. Nothing to worry about there. Meanwhile, Rutgers got to go on and face Illinois, a top 25 team at home. So they can look forward to that game. This one's all Terrapins. Give me the Terrapins, -2.5. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you again soon.